What is up, everybody? Verse here today, and I definitely found a very interesting post on the Reddit Gamestop thread. This Reddit Gamestop thing always has some interesting stuff in it. So yeah, so this one today we're gonna talk about is that how a female GameStop employee was big mad that I guess a customer came in and didn't want to buy her nephew a Nintendo gift card. You know the Nintendo gift cards they have like the different for the eShop store or the eShop store and Nintendo Switch, and the different gift cards have like different Nintendo characters, different Mario characters. Like one has Mario, other one has Luigi, other one has like Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, and etc. So I guess the dispute was that I guess the guest wanted I guess the customer wanted to buy a gift card that was like around $35, but the only $35 one was the one that had Princess Peach on it, and it was like it's for her nephew. And this GameStop associate was big mad. Just like, why don't you want to buy the Princess Peach gift card for your nephew? Because just because it has a girl on it. And like, and it's obviously she doesn't want to give her nephew something with a girl character on it. So I can't understand what the lady is coming from, where the customer's coming from. It's like no boy wants to receive stuff with girls on it. It's like for example, if you receive like a graduation gift or graduation card, you wouldn't want to see and you're a boy who graduated. You wouldn't want to have a card that says "You go girl" on it. You go girl. Like why would you want to have that on your card? So I understand where those customers coming from. But I'm gonna read the post and we're gonna talk about it and read the replies as well. So it says, questionable customer. Well, where I work, we get a lot of the interesting guests coming in, especially during the holidays. We have a lot of people stepping foot into a GameStop that would never think to any other time of the year. Normally, people don't bother me with what they say or do, but for some reason, this particular lady really irked me. She really irked her, so she was big mad. Don't worry, corporate. I will still respect her, never say anything to her. She was getting some Nintendo credit for a young boy, I think her nephew, and wanted to get the $35 ones, but was refusing to believe that the only cards were the ones that had girl cards because he wouldn't like them. Obviously, because they're obviously for girls. For those who may not know, all the $35 eShop cards have Princess Peach on them. Had to explain that those were the only $35 gift cards that exist 4 or 5 times. She eventually told us to actually listen and ended up getting them a $20 instead because the one was for boys and didn't have a princess on it. Obviously not the worst custom obviously not the worst customer in the world, but still rubbed me the wrong way for enforcing gender stereotypes on gift cards. So this lady is telling you that she is not with the gender stereotypes. She's all with this gender fluid crap that boys can be girls and girls can be boys. I feel strongly against that. I'm totally a traditionalist. I feel that boys should be boys and girls should be girls. Men should be the most masculine should be, and women should be the most feminine they can be. I stand with those principles. And yeah, I agree with the customer. She should have just bought $20 gift cards with the male characters on it, or just bought like a 30 or a $20 gift card and a $20 gift card with the male characters on it. I wouldn't want to receive a I wouldn't want to receive a package that's like in pink packaging and a pink bow on it that has like some glittery and rainbow stuff on it. I wouldn't want to receive a package like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no boy wants to receive a package with some girly stuff on it. So I agree with where she's coming from. Well, we see like, especially like nowadays, where a lot of these women's minds are at. At one minute they'll say, "Hey, these men, you're too toxic masculinity." Then if something goes wrong, they're gonna need a big, strong man to want to help them. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't be like one way. We don't want to force these gender stereotypes, but another way, you're gonna want if something goes down, you're gonna want a strong masculine man to be there. So this is kind of. I want to get into politics, but it's kind of what this is getting into this video with this post right here. But let's keep going and read these replies. These were definitely very interesting replies right here. So that one person wrote, "I had a guy come in and ask what girl games we had, and I just told him I'm not sure what would be considered a girl game. Then he started pointing out anything considered good for the Switch." So he's like another person here. They don't know. They don't know. They act like they don't know what they're talking about because he says, "What is a girl game? You don't know what a game would be a great game to be considered for girls or young kids." Okay, it depends. I would say depending on the age range. I would probably just like Duty said as well. Good games for the Switch, but also games that's aimed for children. I don't see they try to put this whole gender thing out there, but you could just do like anything is aimed for small children, like the Mario Kart, the Mario Party. I don't know. I can't think of any Nintendo Switch games at the moment, but you could just any like games you think small girls would be interested in. I don't understand why it's such a big deal if we ask you for a game that's for young girls. That's like okay. And this person wrote, and this person's name is Gamer Girl. I always smack them with the good old racing and fighting games to let them know I'm not going to sit there while they tell me what games my gender won't let me play. Who's saying that? It's just obviously that the obvious. Okay, if I had a female customer, because I know I would try to aim it for what most women buy the most, what they game on the most, especially like Nintendo Switch, probably like Animal Crossing. If she has a different platform, probably The Sims. Like with the games that more girls cater to, what they buy the most. Now you trying to pull this whole you play fighting games, good for you, but most female gamers are not buying that. So why would you want to recommend your customer base something they're probably not gonna like because just statistically they don't buy those games to begin with. I don't know how many female gamers are into Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty sure this video is probably gonna upset a lot of people, but I don't care. It is what it is. When anyone would ask me for a girl game, I would just ask them what age are they and what do they like and the what do they like and the I don't know. I guess he stopped right there. Show them games I think they would like. Most of the times they left with what I suggested. Didn't don't get offended when people ask. A lot of people buy gifts don't realize the kids like video games. They don't care. Yes. Why are you getting offended? Just give them some recommendations. Why are you offended? Why are you your feelings about this? It makes no sense. There's nothing wrong with recommending a stereotypical feminine game, especially if a customer pushes for it. Makes me irritated when some father refuses to take any interest in their child. Like even if they're really like even if they like girly things, at least know what tea parties, dolls, stuffed animals. Some people can't tell me a single thing about their child other than that they're a girl. They literally tells me nothing about their child. You feel? Okay. Oh, I get it. I don't know how people can be so disinterested in their own child. I get it. So much people come in and ask like, "Hey, what's popular with X age?" Like they can't spend 20 seconds to find out what kind of games they play. Even that is kind of facts too. Like I don't understand why people just treat their kids like they don't like show interest in their kids like that. It is very concerning. It's because you gotta have a just because you go to work every day and you I don't know you don't take time to actually learn about what your kids like. That is very concerning right there. So I do agree with that post right there. I am a father and I was lucky enough to have a daughter. I would empower her to decide for herself. Sure, I suggest games I like, but I want her to be able to think for herself and be confident in the person she is. Okay, sounds like a very feminist. Okay, and I am very tired of these gender norms. A guy does not need to act like a badass 99%. Oh my god. So you would rather have the man be the housewife instead? No, we need gender roles in this society. You definitely need those gender roles in society. So I don't know where he's getting at with that. It's like, nah, that ain't enough. That ain't it. Um, this is awful. There are no girl games or kid games in general that are actually good. They're usually shovelware. Any kid or boy wants Mario games. Super Princess Peach is a good game that's marketed towards girls/kids. They act like they are just ignoring that. Like they're actually like toys that are aimed for boys and toys that are aimed for girls. They like they just want to ignore that just because it's a video game. They're still like you see like it was like one like horse riding game for Nintendo Switch, like the horse game riding. I don't know what it's called exactly, but that's obviously aimed more for girls than boys. It's kind of like, why are we acting oblivious to this? Just because you want to like say like you want to go to these gender roles, but you really don't. Because when it comes down to it, when the gender roles are gonna matter, you're you're not gonna want to go to these gender roles. Um, this happens all the time. Do you have any girl games? And I usually respond, well, you really cannot say that because girls will play anything guys do. And I know and play with a lot of girls that are really into Fortnite and Call of Duty. I get a response where really girls play Call of Duty. Yeah, okay. You got like a unicorn game or something. Yeah, that's not hard to picture. I don't understand why they keep acting like women are like really into these war games or like I guess like shooting games. You can apply the same thing like to movies. It's like we men and women have mostly a different interest of what they're looking into. Like mostly men are like into the hardcore action movies or like sci-fi movies, or girls are like to the romantic comedies, the dramas, the telenovas and stuff like that. Men are really into that stuff. So why are we acting like we don't have differences as a men and a women? That's really annoying. And then he wants to. Sure, you can have someone who are like really into action movies, but that's not the norm. That's not that's not the norm though. It's like why are we acting like that's the norm? There's a difference between men and women. Accept it and move on. Why are these people acting oblivious? I can always tell my cousins that if a game is marketed directly at girls, 99% of the time it's garbage because they depend on the girl factor alone to sell it. Then I show them the actual good games that I know kids will enjoy. I don't know how true that is. If all the games aimed at girls are trash, because I know Animal Crossing is probably aimed more for like girls. A lot of girls gravitate towards Animal Crossing more than boys do. Or like The Sims before, a lot of girls gravitate to that game more than the men do. So um, I don't know if that's completely the statement is completely correct, but I'll just recommend good games too at that point. Like this, like obviously they have a Nintendo Switch. I recommend like Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, the new Mario game that came out. The new Mario, I actually got one. What's this game? The Mario 3D All Stars. Probably recommend that game. So it's like yeah, just recommend good games at that point if you don't know specifically what they want. But I just so this whole thing is irking me. Like they don't know like what the difference between girl games and boy games or like masculine and feminine. Like they don't know the difference. It really pisses me off. They want to like mix the roles and mix the genders together. It's really annoying. I basically do the same thing, but I do usually mention that unicorn princess games because while I disagree with forcing gender norms on kids, so now you don't enforce gender norms on kids. So when your kids go to school, they be made fun of, and you're gonna wonder. The kids gonna hate themselves. You're gonna wonder why, because mommy and daddy want to act like gender norms don't exist. Okay, boys are into girly things, legitimately enjoy unicorns and princesses, and it usually is exactly what the customer had in mind. Should tell them God of War is a good girl game. How many women are actually gonna enjoy God of War? Like I said, that's like the small anomaly. That's like the same thing. Like I said, how many women are like into action movies or like the big Marvel movies. Sure, there are some, but but the exception is not the general thing for the rule. It's just like an exception to the rule, not the general consensus. So it's like when people make these snarky responses like just don't play God of War. It's stupid because if you got a customer, you're trying to sell them a product. You're not gonna try to sell them God of War for like a 10-year-old girl. It makes no sense. It's stupid. I get asked for games for only. I get asked for games for girls all the time. You know, if you wonder, I keep stuttering all these comments because it's kind of like these. They aren't like wording it properly. So I got to stutter, like try to actually comprehend what they're writing right here. But I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to try to get through these. But I always try to ask about the kids' actual interests so I can recommend from there. If someone tried to give me one of those cheap designed for girl games at a young age, I probably would be gaming as much as I do today. You might have a point to that, but still, um, yeah, it's just like I don't understand. We acting like we don't know what marketing is. It's like you literally have a boy section for toys, a girl section for toys, and he act like they are just replicating the same thing in the video game industry. And then you have a lot of games that are gender neutral, but why are we acting like we don't know what's going on here? Like what? Like there's gender roles, there's gender norms. Why are we acting like we don't? Why are you trying to mix the genders? It's just very weird. And this is only like mainly in the Western society. It's only mainly in Western society where we try to mix the genders. No other society does this but the Western societies. And it's really annoying. Had a guy trading both Animal Crossing Joy-Cons to buy pre-owned red and blue since he felt they were girl colors. I was like, okay, and turned around and bought them right away when they got off trade hold. Limited edition controllers for brand new price, no complaints here. Um, I don't see what the big deal is. People buy different Joy Cons all the time. Okay. Uh, yeah. If you didn't want the light, I think the Animal Crossing colors are like the light blue and the white ones. If I'm thinking about it correctly. If he wants the red and blue ones, I don't see what the big deal is. Why are you making a big deal about it? It sounds like it's a weird thing. As a 40-year-old man, I enjoy Animal Crossing. Logic people brings me close to aneurysm. I enjoy Animal Crossing too, but don't act like this isn't a game aimed for children or like small children. It's like you can enjoy it, sure, but it's like the average man ain't gonna want to play Animal Crossing. What I'm trying to get at. Like, sure, there's a few exceptions to the rule, but the general, when you're especially like marketing, you're trying to market stuff to people. You're trying to use yourself as an exception to the rule of marketing. It's like you're not the norm. It's an exception to it. Like I agree, Animal Crossing is a fun game, but like for the longest, my first Animal Crossing game was New Horizons. That was the most recent one. I haven't played them before because it wasn't aimed for my demographic. And when I played it, it was okay, but still, it's like most men who are into video games aren't going to play Animal Crossing. Just is what it is. Being female, I get the constant "what's a good game for girl" thing because guess they think I would know better. They follow, but what did you like when you were a kid? Dude, my dad raised me on a diet of StarCraft and Diablo. I don't know what a good girl game is. Now she's acting oblivious to what young girls might want to play as kids. It's like, come on. Just because dad raised you on Mortal Kombat and Diablo, like you were pretty much raised as a tomboy. It was like, get out of here with this nonsense, bro. This is super annoying. It's so triggering because they would act like they don't know they would act like they don't know what's going on here. A lot of this probably is chauvinism, but I bet it's secretly that they know nothing about the interests of who they're gifted it, so they must rely on gender stereotypes. Uh, and I bet these are probably the same women who will complain about there's no real men around anymore. Where are the real men at? But they want to like gender stereotypes. Gender stereotypes shouldn't exist. Okay. Yeah, let me see. How long is this video? This video is extremely long, so I'm gonna end it right here. I definitely want to see your comments down below. Leave a like this video as always. Thanks for watching and peace.